Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Redox Nurse Talk. And we want to thank you for coming and joining us tonight as we have guests each week that share their testimonies about this amazing product and the things that we have coming out. So first, I want to state let me start with, I'm Cindy Reed. I'm here in the Nashville area, and my co-host tonight is Doria Stewart. And Doria is in the Atlanta area, and we're both nurses. And as a nurse, we're passionate about sharing things with people that can help. We see patients all the time, and there's limitations onto what we can do with that. But outside of that, we can share things that we feel like will help someone with their health. So that's our passion, that's our ministry. I want to state our disclaimer that what you're going to see tonight, these molecules, the Redox technology, does not diagnose, treat, or cure anything. It just increases the cellular communication throughout your body so your body knows what to do in order to heal itself. So we're going to learn a lot tonight. We're going to talk about an exciting new product coming out. We have an awesome guest tonight, Tonya Chandler, and Doria will interview her. So I'm going to start showing, and we try to mix up some of the videos each week. So I pulled up a short snippet related to our Redox Gold. That's our newest product, and it is on fire, and people are having results, and they're sharing things, and we're hearing so many amazing testimonies. So I'm just going to share this short video, and then we'll go from there with Doria and interviewing Tonya. So let me share my screen. Oh, put your questions in the chat for Tonya. We will upload this to our YouTube channel at Redox Nurse Talk. And also, since we're not showing Alan Noble's real Redox results, I did put that in the chat as well for anyone that's new. You can go there, learn about the technology, listen to some of our medical professionals talk, and then there's a whole category of testimonials that you can search based on the type of health challenge you're looking at. So anyway, check that out for sure. But let's start by sharing my screen and we'll watch these short videos.
So this is an absolute game changer, and it's going to change your life too.
I'm like already sitting here texting people going, this is unbelievable.
This is going to be my new go-to, and I just know it's going to be yours too.
This little thing is just an amazing product that I can't wait to share with other people as well.
This is incredible, and you're going to be obsessed with this just like I am.
I'm telling you, this stuff works.
It is truly, I think, now my favorite Redox product.
This is now my favorite ASEA product, hands down.
For the entire day, I feel relief, and it's fantastic.
So we're not just masking a symptom, we're helping your body get to the true you.
Everybody needs to try it.
It's going to help a lot of people.
This product, it's one of my favorites, and it'll be with me all the time.
Just in that short period of time, it was amazing how that took my discomfort away.
I am in love with Redox Gold, and you will be too. Get it in your hands as quickly as possible.
Don't hesitate. Redox Gold is for you.
I just thought that was pretty cool when I saw that today. Very short and to the point. And for anyone that's new, the Redox Gold is a targeted product toward discomfort, recovery, relief, something everybody has at some point in their life and something that everybody needs as well. So let's see. All right, Doria, we have everybody else in. You're muted.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I forgot to open it up. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Doria to let her introduce Tonya. And remember, just put your questions in the chat.
Okay, and I don't even have our beautiful blue bottle. I wish I had it in front of me because I typically have it on the desk. You have it available, Cindy? Okay, so this is our flagship product, ASEA Redox, and this is what really started the company off about 15 years ago. It was a breakthrough technology, And this is most of our testimonies are geared to this beautiful gift called ASEA Redox. So I have the pleasure to introduce to you Tonya Chandler. She and her husband live in Oklahoma City with her 3 kids. Tonya has a teaching and coaching degree and is a devoted housewife and has homeschooled her 3 children. So Tonya, I'm going to start you off with a question here. I was reading your bio, it's very extensive and very thorough, but what I pulled from it is you have been very health conscious most of your life, seeing naturopathic practitioners for a variety of health conditions, eating well, and been on a variety of supplements. And you were doing well until 2016. So tell us about that.
Well, you're correct. I've always kind of walked on that healthy side of life and just, always done that. I've been very aware what you put in your body really matters. But as I've gotten older and around in 2016, my health kind of took a turn for the worst. I used to run, and then I had quit running because it took too long to recover and I hurt. But as time kind of went on, I had a lot of pain or discomfort that just kind of showed up on the left side of my body, which I thought was kind of weird. And then I had fingers that would be going numb. Just little things started to pop up. I started to carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, between my shoulder blades and my neck. And I would go to massage therapists, and I was still, doing healthy things, but it just seems like whatever I did, I couldn't quite overcome. And I started having more gut issues. I'd always kind of dealt with the gut, but I would wake up at 2 o'clock every night. I was not sleeping well. And I started grinding my teeth, of all things, and I had to get a night guard. And I went to the doctor, and she said, well, it looks like you kind of need to, clean up the metals that I had as cavities. So I had all that taken out. I had a root canal taken out. I was working very hard, driving an hour and 15 minutes to a special chiropractor to help with this pain. And that time, when I was driving down there, my sister called, and she, good friend chatting, right? My sister and I are good friends. And she asked me a question. She said, have you ever heard of redox molecules? And I said, no. I know about vitamins. I know about herbs, essential oils. I never heard of this redox molecule. And so she just said a few things about it. But one thing that stuck in my mind is she said that it helps detect, repair, and replace damaged cells. And I had never heard something like that before. She didn't tell me what it was made out of or anything like that. She just, talked about the molecule, and that's the main function of it. And so I kind of put that in the back burner of my mind for about 6 to 9 months. It was a while, but I never forgot what she said about it. And so later on, I guess as we went through a family vacation, I was taking a shower, how you wash your hair, and I was scrubbing up here, and I just had this weird shooting pain, and it was running to the back of my head. And I thought, I don't know what's going on. I know if I went to a doctor, they're not going to help me. And I'm already doing healthy things. So I really honestly just got scared about my health. And we were on vacation, and I asked my husband, I said, are you going to take care of me if I develop some kind of weird disease? And, that's where my mind was going, because things were going wrong and I just couldn't seem to get a hold of it. And so I called my sister up a little later on, and probably around in October, November. And I said, what was that stuff you were telling me about? And is it Redox or Redox? How do you spell that? So she spelled it out for me. I was sitting right here at my dining room table where I am now, and I was taking notes on kind of what she was telling me so I could start looking everything up. And the other thing that she told me that just floored me was she shared the story of when Big Pharma tried to fly in and buy the product out. And whenever she said that, just a big red flag came up. I was like, okay, I have really got to look into this, because I knew, a really good product out there, they might want to just buy it out and bury it a little bit. And that's what she just told me verbally by mouth what she had heard. And she said that they tried to grandfather these people in that were already on the product. And I was like, hey, what's grandfather them in mean? And she said, well, all the person wanted for them is just to have the product just for those people that had already started on it and not take it away from them. And the big pharma company said, no, people die every day. They'll just have to deal with it. And so that's when they said no. And then it became this company called ASEA. And I thought, okay, I'm really going to look into all this stuff. So verbally, that's the only things I heard. And then whenever I started looking into it, I found this video by Alan Noble and 8 Doctors. And I thought, okay, I was watching this thing and then I rewound it twice and watched it again. And I was taking notes. And it wasn't very long, but it in that little pie chart, it talked about inflammation, which I was dealing with, gut issues, which I had and just could not get a hold of. And my husband had, heart issues that he was very concerned about, and hormonal issues. And so I thought, okay, we're just gonna try this. So we started on the product, and I didn't understand it a whole lot. And my sister didn't really know a whole lot about it either, but we started taking it. My husband noticed immediate results. And he's a banker, has to be on point when he goes to work, meets face to face, does Zooms. And so he noticed energy immediately, better cognitive skills. I actually slept and had a dream for the first time. And I was like, okay, I just slept through the night. That's amazing, because I knew that if I don't sleep, I had researched this, when you're not sleeping, the brain's deteriorating. And that's where I had been for a long time. And so I just sit there and worry at night, couldn't sleep, but I actually slept when I started taking it. I think I noticed that maybe within I don't know if it was a day or a week or two or something like that, but it was just early on, because I've been taking the product now for about 4.5 years. And all those issues that I had diminished, and I was able to start running again. And I could tell a huge difference in working out. I could run 3 miles and I wasn't breathing hard, which is crazy. So it was awesome, but it took me some time to really, it was a gradual thing for me. I just noticed I slept and had a dream that very first time, and my husband was more consistent than I was. It was kind of hit and miss. I'd take 2 ounces, once a day. And then I thought, okay, I need to really start getting in that second dose. So I stayed there for about 1 year and 4 months before I got more information and really understood the product. And I was just floored with what it can do when I actually begin to learn about what it really is and what it does. But I'm just very thankful for it and what it's done.
Yeah, when you sleep, that's where a lot of the healing takes place. And there's so many people that suffer with insomnia. I work in as a recovery room nurse in an endoscopy lab, and we give our patients propofol. And of course, they wake up and they'll say, "Wow, can you bottle this up for me so I can take this home with me so I can get some really good sleep?" So there's a large percentage of the population that really has issues with insomnia. The other thing is you were taking just a small dose. It's still working even if you take a small dose. And I know we had Dr. D. Brincat, Mark D. Brincat, that was on our Redox Nurse Talk several months ago. And he said, you can start out slow like that, and it's going to take a lot longer. But for you, it didn't seem like that happened. It seemed like it happened quickly for you, even with all the different various health challenges you had. So, but if you take more, it's always better too. So, yeah.
I didn't mention that, with a lot of gut issues, I did have some detox reactions because I wasn't drinking enough water. I didn't realize I needed to drink half my body weight in ounces of water. Huge, huge difference. Like I said, I wasn't educated on it at all. Just only that overview video is what I watched, and didn't run into Donalyn Dominguez until a year and 4 months later, and then started to learn then that I needed to drink a lot more water because of all the junk that needed to come out of my body, and so some of it came out through the skin. But as a kid, I had dealt with health issues like that, I knew I was detoxing. I just never thought to drink more water. So that was a major key. Major key.
Yeah, that's one thing I tell my patients is make sure you drink half your body weight in water, because if more people did that, we wouldn't see some of the health conditions that we deal with every day, or what Cindy and I see. So I was going to ask you, okay, so I'm sure during this time that you were having all these different health challenges, it probably limited your activity and the things that you enjoy. And so you mentioned something about playing basketball. So tell us a little bit about that. What has it afforded you personally since you've been on the product?
Well, I became a lot more active. We were taking it right before COVID hit. And so we wound up having people over here, and I felt well enough to play kickball and run the bases, which I had not been doing before. Like I said, if I went and worked out or anything, I was just so exhausted that it took me days to recover. But and I enjoyed life. I enjoyed doing things, being very active. And I got back to that active lifestyle. And I even joined a granny basketball team. And it's a lot of fun to feel youthful. And literally I feel great. I feel great now. And I enjoy going and working out. I was at a workout at 6 o'clock this morning, and I just enjoy life. And it's fun. It's great to feel good. And my husband, he feels great, was able to get off 3 medications. And that's, amazing. And it has literally saved my son from having a surgery. He had it's a fatty tumor just on the inside of his lip. And we weren't giving it to him at first, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try this, because they gave me 2 surgeons to go to, right? And their phone numbers to call and have that cut out. So we tried the Redox, and it took, I only gave him 2 ounces a day, and then put a little gel on it for the first 2 weeks. Then I kind of got tired of doing that. I said, just drink it. And so he did, and it disappeared. It took about 4.5 months to 5 months. And I took pictures of that and documented that as I went through. But you could see it changing, the shape of that little lipoma tumor changing. So it was an amazing thing to watch. And he also had a massive gash on his arm when he fell. He should have had stitches. Anybody would have stitched that up. But we just used the Redox and the gel and butterfly Band-Aids. And I took pictures of that too. And it just closed up the next day, and you could see just a little tiny gap. And then on the 3rd day, it was completely closed. He was around, I think, 11 or 12 at that time. So it was just amazing to see. I could go on with more stories, but just in my family, it's been an amazing product.
So we have the Redox, which is in the blue bottle, which Cindy just showed, our beautiful flagship product. And then you talked about the Renew 28. So tell people, if the people are on here for the first time, what is the Renew 28? What is that exactly?
Well, the liquid is the Redox molecules in a liquid form that you can ingest, and it heals the body from the inside out. And the Renew 28 is a topical version. And you can place that wherever you want. I used to place it. I put it on my gut every night, and I used it on my face. It's a broad spectrum, so it touches many things, and it helps with skin care and wrinkles and elasticity and moisture, and brings blood flow to that area. My husband had, things on his face that had grown, and they just totally disappeared, because he was going to have them removed. He meets with people all the time in front of, they're face to face. It is just, it's amazing product, but it's great to be able to place it on an organ, or he would use it on his thyroid. And that his thyroid started functioning better again. So it was just an amazing thing to see, but we use that all the time and drink it like a fish, you know.
Yeah, I know. I use the Renew. I have Renew 28 in every room of the house. My kitchen, my bathroom, in my car. Of course, I carry it. You know, it's just a great first aid. I think I've gotten rid of everything that used to be in my medicine cabinet, all the over-the-counter things that, you know, used to buy. You know, I don't have those anymore because I just have those two products. So we have other things in our beautiful line. Do you use the vitamin line, the Via support too?
Yeah, it's yes, we use all four of them. There's only four vitamins. The source is it's the multivitamin, and it's a whole food. And I've always known that, you know, the vitamins need to be a whole food, that so that our body can recognize it and digest it. It's pre-broken down, so it's easier on the gut. I use that biome. The biome is a prebiotic and probiotic, and it has slippery elm in it, so it helps it bind, you know, the good probiotic and prebiotics bind into the stomach so that the healthy things can grow. And then the fish oil, the omegas, that is a great product, and there's no fishy burp or anything like that. It's very fresh. They process it right off, you know, right there at the boat, right there on the shore. And then the last one that we use as well is the Life Max. It's got the medicinal mushrooms in it and turmeric, and it's just it helps with inflammation and all the anti-aging type of things that are in that. It's a great product. We use those. We use all the products. They have been amazing, you know, but we just started out at first with the Redox, and then added the vitamins, and then they added more wonderful products that just tap into the redox pathways.
Yeah, and the skincare, I guess you use that as well.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I use that. It's a great product.
Yeah, awesome. You mentioned about your other. So what has the culture of ASEA meant to you?
Well, it has given me, like I said, I've always walked on the healthy side, and I enjoy people that enjoy feeling well, and just because when you feel well, life is fun. I enjoy traveling with y'all. I enjoy visiting with y'all, and it's just a like-minded group that I have a lot of fun with, and enjoy the morning calls. And some of these people, I mean, some of these are people are just good friends, and that the culture has just, you know, I didn't have to work the business or build the business. It just, I enjoyed it, and I love it. It's fun to share, and it's fun to help people. And then, you know, it's like a calling, to be honest with you, to be able to reach out to people and give them another option. And they don't have to choose it, but being able to just share another option, and other people doing that alongside you, it's just kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, last question is, we'll have a lot of people that are currently on this call that may be hearing this for the first time, and then of course watch our recording on our YouTube channel. Why would you tell people to look at this?
Well, I would tell them to look at it if they are looking for a different solution besides surgery and pop and peel, because it's non-toxic. To try it, I mean, you could try it for 30 days, money back, money and 30-day money back guarantee, you know, even though it's a 90-day protocol. There's nothing to lose in trying something that can help the body heal itself, apart from drugs and surgery, you know. I mean, I think that was what I was looking for. I wanted to have better quality of life, literally. And I think the quality of life is huge. I mean, that's everything, I think.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. And we just got to reiterate again, this is not, you know, intended to treat, diagnose, or cure, but it's just putting our body back in a state of balance, a state of wellness. And that's what we all want, is a state of wellness, and live that you know, that life of vitality. So thank you. So Cindy, I'm allow you to ask your questions.
Okay, thank you, Doria. So Tonya, I'm going to go straight to the gold. With the Redox Gold, what results have you or your family members had? What do you think about it?
Well, when I first I went and got it early and used it. I had some chronic pain going on in my hands and my wrists due to some heavy metal toxicity that I had ran into 2 years ago. And it has taken a while to get that out of my body. And the Redox Gold was the key for the last part, which was it kind of settled in my hands and wrists. And rubbing that on there, I could tell maybe a little something was going on, but I didn't get relief right away. But it took about 5 to 8 days. And before that, I had been in chronic pain for 2 years. Okay, so it was huge. I could be sitting in church and my hands and wrists and thumbs and arms were hurting so bad. I'd get the Renewed 28 out and rub it down, and I kept rubbing them for 30 minutes, rubbing gel on it for about 30 minutes constantly. It just didn't, it might have touched it a little bit, but this Redox Gold, after I got that and started using it, I could tell that the bones and the muscle and the tendons were literally healing. So that was huge for me. And I'll tell you this on this too as well. This is a little different, but it began to pull out toxins out of out of this part of my hand because I came out with a rash, and then that has gone away, but the pain has disappeared and my hands have gotten stronger. Whereas I would drop stuff because I would hurt so bad. The gold is incredible for, I mean, it targets the discomfort and then it recovers. Your body will heal, the tissues will heal. And I put it right where I hurt. And I've used it on my face as well. And, for any inflammation or anything like that, I've used it on the sinus cavities. My husband will put it on his throat, right there where the thyroid is. But it is an amazing product, and I am so thankful. It has been a turning point for the rest of this little journey of healing from some of the toxins that I ran into, literally. It has helped so much, and I love the product. I use it every day. And I massage it into, the arms, the wrists, and the thumbs, and it works. It's wonderful. I didn't used to be able to do a plank because it hurt too bad. I can do planks now, and it's great. It's a game changer for me.
I think it's been a game changer for a lot of people. And like you stated, I mean, a lot of people are having pretty immediate results, but there's a lot of people that don't. So you've got to continue it. Like you said, it's cumulative, it builds up over time. So don't stop just because it may not work the first time. Do it continuously throughout the day, day after day. You will see results. This is a targeted product, and 95, I would say, percent of the people are seeing results at some point. It's just a matter of when, because everyone's different. And I think the deeper the issues are, if it gets into the muscle or the bone, it's going to take time. And if you cut your finger, if you have a sore throat or a headache, that's a little different. That's going to probably, you're going to feel results pretty quickly. But something like you were dealing with, that will take time. So people just have to be patient. Yeah. So last question. And Tonya, I think we've all seen each other just really grow and change and just gain our confidence doing this business. And we have developed personally. So that's one of the side effects of having a home-based business. But if you run across someone and you're trying to explain the product or the business even, and they say, oh, that's just another MLM and they're not interested, how do you respond to that? And I've heard people say that when I'm just trying to share the product with them. They're thinking, it's an MLM, and I'm saying, what's the difference? It's a product. You could buy it from me. You could buy it on a shelf if it were put on a shelf. So how do you respond to those questions?
Well, I always just tell them, the best products come from something that's not traditional or usually in a store, and usually the network marketing type of products are the best products. And it's kind of crazy. I have used them so many times. I mean, from makeup to oils to vitamins, it's kind of what I go to because I know it's the best. It's not going to be heavily monitored. And if they've discovered something that's great, it's going to come through this avenue. And, you know, and if they have a problem with that, they're going to miss out. And I feel sorry for them because they're so narrow-minded. And I don't know, if all I want is a good product, and if it's good and it works, I'm going to use it. And it doesn't matter, you know, if it comes from a network marketing company or whatever, it just doesn't matter to me. I don't have a problem with it.
And I'm the same way. I get a lot of products, cosmetics, and different things that come from direct sales, network marketing. And you think about it, the benefit of that for people that may want to do the business, you're cutting out the middleman, you're cutting out the marketer, you're cutting out the commercials, the advertisements. So if you're in the business to make money, that money's going to you instead of the middle person. And this is a business you can work from anywhere. So why would someone want to continue, if they had a choice, their 9 to 5, 8 to 5, or 8 to whenever? Some jobs don't have an ending. Job where you're told where to be, what to do, and what you're making. When you have a home-based business, you can set those limits, you can set your goals, you can decide that depending on how much you want to work. And then on top of that, you have a purpose because you're helping people with their health. And we've seen some miraculous testimonies with our products. I mean, go to realredoxresults.com and watch some of those 150 testimonials that are on there. So I'm like you, I don't get it when people have an issue with that, because it's one of the biggest industries right now, is, you know, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. So it's where things are going because we're so digital and remote, and then you can do it anywhere. So that's all of my questions, Tonya. Let's see what's in the chat. Okay, one person says use it, don't have to sell it. Good point. Does anyone else have questions for Tonya? Like I said, we will upload this to our YouTube channel. Go to @Redox Nurse Talk. Should be up by in the morning. Next week, our guest will be Dexter Yates. And for those of you that may not know Dexter, she is an amazing athlete in her 70s. And I think she didn't even start doing this to her 50s, maybe. I'll have to go back and look at her bio.
These are 60s, yeah.
Yeah. And she's I say Iron Man, but I think of her as an Iron Woman. So she's competed in several Ironman competitions and has done wonderful. So I'm excited about hearing her testimony. So don't miss next week. But I did want to say something, and then I'll turn it over to Doria as well. So we are taking a break from Redox Nurse Talk. Next week will be our last guest and our last Zoom for a while. We're just going to step back, take a break, regroup, maybe get a chance to look at some other Zooms that are going on the same time as ours, and just kind of rethink what we want to do, maybe come back with something a little different. But we want to send you to other Zooms that may be going on. I know, like Tonya said, Kristen Kahns and Donna Lynn Dominguez have a Zoom going on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. That would be an excellent one to go and follow. And I think they will start recording theirs, Tonya said, so that will be great as well. So we've enjoyed our time with this, and we appreciate everyone watching and just the devotion and just sharing the product and sharing the testimonies. And we thank the guests that we've had too as well. So Doria, would you like to say something?
Yes. You know, I love Cindy, and Cindy and I are just complement each other so well. I was so thankful and blessed to, you know, just like Tonya said, it's the friendships that you know, through the company. You know, it's not only, you know, you're sharing this wonderful product, but it's the people that you meet. And I'm so thankful that Cindy and I met like 5 years ago. I think we met in Texas. And, you know, we started back then just praying and asking, like, you know, we should do something. We should do something together. And, you know, we first started out with doing something on Facebook, which was kind of hilarious because we had all kinds of mishaps with that. And then I said, well, you know, let's just take some time, pray about what we should do. And then really the Lord just spoke to me and said, let's do a Zoom and call it Redox Nurse Talk. So that's kind of like where we started. So I just wanted to, you know, clear the picture here. We are not fighting with each other. We are great friends. We pray with each other every week. And we have this beautiful friendship, but we do feel like we want to step down. We feel like we've started the, what do you call it? You know, because other people have followed, and we're really grateful for that. So we basically are just stepping away. Going to take some time, think about how when we do come back, what is that going to look like? And it may be a different looking like platform for us. Actually, have been praying about it today, and God has already downloaded some things with me on that. So we do want to thank everyone for being so faithful, bringing your guests, because we know a lot of people have invited guests on our Zooms and are growing their businesses. So we're really blessed that has been happening. So, invite as many people as you can. Next Tuesday is going to be a great call. And again, we appreciate everything that you've done. We thank you for your support.
And I want to thank Doria as well, because this was her idea, and we would not have met had it not been for this business. Like you said, we met at a conference in Texas probably about 5 or so years ago. So the friends that you make in a company when you do a business like this are lifelong friends, and they're amazing. So we do appreciate everybody. Let me go ahead and stop our recording.